But then what I want to ask is, usually the ladies, they'll have, after their, their personal life and their whatever goals they have, they'll be doing everything, but they will have some hormonal issues also sometimes because of their some changes in their anatomy and some changes during their, uh, if it is a marital life and kind of things. Do you think all these things will have some impact on their how they are functioning in their careers and kind of things, if at all, if there are, like that is one basic aspect which we need to cover, I guess. Cover in sense, we need to address it properly so that the other gender understands us. So you think we can throw some light on that also? If you do some health yoga or something, you, how do you build it up? Like how do we be like Sylvia, in other words?
Well, I can tell you, I'm doing yoga every day for 45 minutes in the morning, including pranayama. So I am definitely a health, somebody who's very interested in health. I'm eating healthy and I'm doing yoga and I love my walks on the beach if I have time. So absolutely, health is absolutely critical. You know, if you don't have health, you have nothing, right? So health absolutely takes priority. Obviously, you need to earn a living. I understand, that is also important. Without money, you can't survive either.
Yes.
But what is important also, I think, is that we understand that the system itself needs to change because men are also not capable of dealing with the level of stress and with the level that the long, long working hours.
Yes.
It also kills men. Actually, there's so many men, dropping dead in their 50s and 60s because of heart attacks.
Yes.
Women also, I mean, it's women also have heart attacks, but the
Men
system
have,
is not very human. It's not really geared for human success in a certain way. It's
yes,
just geared for company success.
yes,
In the long run, companies will actually consider that the employees are human beings and they need to have some rest and they need to take vacation and they need to, recover from illness and so on and so on.
mm,
Those companies who take that seriously and support their employees, I think, will have better profits in the long run
mhm,
because they will have less attrition, they have less people leaving,
mhm.
and the employees will be much more loyal to them and they will
Yes,
work happier and better and more productively than
mm,
those who are constantly on the edge of falling sick, constantly on the edge of surviving
mm.
because they're so stressed out because they have to finish this project and it's midnight and they still have to work and then they get up at 4 in the morning and it's not sustainable. And we see it in Japan also, right? The work culture in Japan is also very tough and
Mm.
people just drop dead because it's just too exhausting. And
Yes,
I think as a human race, independent of cultures, as a human race, I think we really need to understand that health and happiness should be coming before profits and
yes,
before exploiting the planet and the earth. So
yes,
I do hope that in the future we have enough women and men who care about the future enough to actually make a systematic change
yes,
of how we do business and how we grow as a human race.
yes,
So this is a plea to the universe and to all the CEOs of the world that please consider the not just profits, people, planet, profit, right, is at least the minimum. Think about your people. Think about the resources you're using from the planet.
yes,
Think about how you can support your employees to
yes,
actually be happy and healthy so they can be productive in the long run. And
correct.
don't just think about short-term profits.
Yes,
Unfortunately, that is not the given culture right now, but I'm hoping that more and more younger leaders will come into important roles where they can actually bring this kind of thinking, where we
yes,
really change the way businesses are run.
yes.
And I
So,
feel the more women we have in those board and C-level roles, the
mm,
more these kind of way of thinking will penetrate into the corporate culture.
and if there are women in CEO roles and kind of things, probably as she takes care of her children and family, she would be able to take care of the company also in a better way. That is the
And
hope.
thinking about long-term future, right? I think this is what women have an intrinsic desire to create a future for their children. They are concerned about the future of their children.
Yes.
So for the future of the children, they think long term. They don't just want short term profits. They want long term sustainability.
Yes.
And I think that's why women are more prone to more sustainable thinking, also in companies, because they have that mindset of long term thinking and not just short term profits.
Yes, they are born with that kind of quality, right? As a lady, she comes up with that kind of quality where she can think of just not herself, she can think of the family around her and how to keep her family going and how to keep them healthy and sustainable. So, this particular aspect or this particular quality of hers will pave a better way in companies also if she's given a role of CEO or board member and kind of things. This is a very good point which can be definitely put to the company, I mean, higher ups in the company, corporates. They should be able to understand and appreciate this. So finally, Sylvia, very nice talking to you. Finally, if you could give one message to women aspiring to leadership roles, but unsure where to start and where it would be, like where should we start? How should we start? Can you please
Yes,
elaborate?
absolutely. So first thing I would say, join a leadership program. Join some program. Doesn't have to be Divershefy, but obviously I'm promoting Divershefy, so very welcome to join those programs.
Yes.
Second thing is, if you're not able to join those programs where you have a mentor, find a mentor. And what I mean by that is it doesn't have to be an official mentoring relationship. You can also adopt a mentor. And what that means is anybody in the company that is willing to support you, who is at least a level or two above you, who is willing to support you, you can adopt them as a mentor, which means you go to them for advice.
Advice. He
Okay?
shows you a direction.
Yes, you ask them for help, you ask them for support. Usually you have a chemistry with one or two people in the company that you really like.
Yes.
Ask them. You can ask them if they want to be your mentor, or you just go to them for advice. Can you advise me on this? Can you advise me on that? I strongly recommend looking for a mentor in either officially or unofficially, doesn't matter, but find somebody who is willing to advise you. Our programs have senior level mentors, board and C-level mentors as part of the program, which are not part of your company, which has an additional benefit of being able to speak freely about whatever is bothering you. It doesn't have to be only business, and it doesn't have to be only personal. They are flexible and they are willing to help you in any way they can. The issue with mentors within the company is that often people have a hesitation to talk about troubles with their boss because they think it might reflect back on them.
Yes.
So if you have an outside mentor, and there's usually a confidentiality agreement, you don't have to fear that. So outside mentors have a big benefit. The other thing I strongly recommend is join networks. And for women, I join mixed networks and join women networks. Both have its benefits. Mixed networks have its benefits, and women's networks have a specific benefit as well. So, for example, the Divershefy, we organize 4 times a year in Hyderabad and twice in Bangalore. We are organizing these women networking events.
Yes.
Where we invite our mentors or speakers or board level women, as well as our participants from our programs. No, we had one in March in Bangalore and in February in Hyderabad. And the next one will be in July in Hyderabad. There's going to be a certification ceremony for our Global Leader Certification Program and Leader Incubation Program. There will be a panel discussion and networking. So it's like a 3-hour event that we are holding on 25th July in Hyderabad.
You have invited me for that.
Yes, please come.
Networking, they have to go.
So these are the 3 main things that I would suggest to focus on is do leadership training. Either do it online, find some way to do it. There are also free courses online that you can get. Or you can join a more handhold program like the Divershefy programs. Second thing is get a mentor. It's very important to have a mentor. And if you can afford a coach, that's great. But coaches usually cost a lot of money.
Yes.
Mentors are usually either free or they do it for a nominal fee because the mentors are those who want to pay it forward. Yes. Mentors are different than coaches. Okay. Yes. And the third thing is really network. Find ways to find people find your tribe Basically, find your tribe,
Right.
network, and network with women who are more senior than you.
Hmm.
See, if you're a senior level leader and you want to get into a C-level role, you have to network with CXO level people.
Yes.
To understand what C-level requires of you, but also to get to know people who are in that role who can bring you onto those roles,
Yes.
right? The
Yes.
higher you get up in the ladder, the higher you go up, the more the network will play a role in your next engagement, in your next job. The higher you up, the more the network will play a role.
Yes. Correct.
It is very important that as a senior leader, you have a good senior level network.
Yes.
So these are my three recommendations.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Sylvia. So anything else you would want to share from your side? Because I'm done with my questions and kind of things. So do you have anything else to share which you want to give it in a broader note or something like that?
I just want to say it's wonderful to have so many women leaders in Divershefy who are willing to pay it forward. I thank all of our mentors and speakers who are doing this for free
Mm-hmm.
and supporting the women. And I hope that a lot of women can really benefit from this program. I
Wonderful.
request the HR leaders and D&I leaders to really think about how to support their women leaders and men. You know, men also should get training programs, not just the women.
Yes.
Men and women support them in their growth because happy employees who feel supported in their growth journey are much more productive and much more loyal to the
Yes.
organization, and in the long run will be a lot more profitable. So
Yes.
I request that all the HR and D&I leaders think about that very seriously and give their employees the support that they need in order to be happy and thriving in their jobs.
Yes.
And we are here to support them with our programs.
Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much. I had very great insights, and all the viewers, all the SCube viewers would have lot of learnings from your talk and lot of insights, and they would definitely plan their careers, especially ladies, they can plan their careers. Probably there should be people who should come approach Diversify and join your programs and benefit from them. That's what is my intent actually, to do a podcast with you.
Thank you so much. So anybody interested, you can send an email to info@divershefy.com,
Sure.
or you can just go to the website www.divershefy.com.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I hope we can really make a difference in
Sure.
many women's lives.
Yes, yes, we will. And we will also maintain this relationship and this bond very closely. And also, I will also work with you and get to know more.
Thank
Right.
you so much. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to meeting you.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.